Hello everybody, this is Margaret with Alabama Prepper. This is Monday, no special hair day, no makeup. I just wanted to come on here and give y'all a little update about what's going on with us. I have two puppies over here, I have four, they all were in the swing with me, but anyhow I got two. But I had to tell you, I have got so many wonderful comments on my video that I put on the other day. Thank you so much. You have no idea what it means to me and how it made me feel to know that people were caring and praying for us. I thank you so much for it. It was just wonderful. But anyhow, I just wanted to give you a little update. As far as the divorce, we have not heard anything yet. There's nothing been settled one way or the other on it. They have not decided what state they're going to have it in. They're still working on that. So hopefully we'll hear from that something this week. If they end up having it in Florida, my grandson's already contacted a lawyer. Well, he's been talking to him for a while, but the lawyer will take his case. So we feel very confident in him. It's just that he paid $3,000 for one lawyer, and he's done so much, but he talked like he would probably just reimburse my grandson some of the money he paid him, and then the other lawyer is going to be a little bit more expensive, but we need a good lawyer. But my daughter-in-law, last Tuesday night, she woke my son up about 11 o'clock, and she told him her throat was feeling funny. She knows how these spells feel when they start coming on, and so anyhow, he got up and he started the Pensacola with her, but she got to having trouble breathing, so they had to stop at a fire department there in Flomaton, and they had to fly a helicopter in to pick her up. This angioedema that she has, they have not decided. There's three kinds. There's a hereditary kind, and then there's two other kinds. And I'm thankful for the lady that sent me a message telling me that someone in her family was diagnosed with the hereditary edema, and what they had to give the person in her family. I appreciate that, and that was a lot of information for us. But anyhow, they had to life flight her onto Baptist. The helicopter can go ahead and tube her. The ambulance can't, but the helicopter can go ahead and tube her and put a vent on her till she gets to wherever she's going. So they flew her to Baptist Wednesday morning actually, and got her on the vent. Well, her and my son and the doctor had already talked about it, that if she had another spell, they needed to decide to go ahead and do a tracheotomy on her. She has had, she's been tubed 7 times now, since February. And the tubing is scarring her vocal cords and also her throat. So they told them, the doctors told them they needed to stop doing the tubing to go ahead and put the trach in, and then they would not have to tube her, and all they'd have to do is put the vent on her. So before they took her off of the tube and the vent Saturday morning, they took her in for surgery and put the tracheotomy in. Right now, they sent me a picture of her. She looks good. She was sitting in the chair, but she has the vent on the tracheotomy in her throat. Uh, she can't talk. They've got to teach her how to talk. They got to teach her how to swallow. But it's not something permanent if they can figure out how to treat this angioedema. The place at Jacksonville, the Mayo Clinic, tested her for 2 different kinds, but did not test her for the hereditary, because they felt like if nobody in her family had it, then she did not have the hereditary. So now they've got to go back and test her for hereditary edema. She's not able to go. I know she won't go this week. She probably won't get out of the hospital till the end of the week. They've got to go back in now. There's some kind of balloon in this track that they've got to go back in and remove it. I'm not, my son tells me, but I just don't know a lot about what he's talking about. But they will have to go back in and do that. They have got to teach her to talk, and they've got to teach her to be able to eat. So we still got a long road ahead of us. If he could just get her well. You never know. She may be fine one minute. If she's sleeping, she does not realize she's having these attacks until he finds her, or somebody finds her, and her tongue is done swelled out of her mouth and her throat is closing. So if she's awake, she can tell him that her throat is feeling funny, so he knows then, head south, go to Baptist. Baptist has been really good. They know her, they know all about her, so I think they just watch out for her because they know she's coming sometime. But anyhow, my husband had a bad day Saturday. He tried to get out and cut grass a little bit. He, they've done told him he's having trouble walking. He's having trouble with his legs. But he sat around so much till he's lost a lot of the muscle in his legs. So he had got out Saturday on the lawnmower and tried to cut a little bit of grass, but it was too much for him. He never passed out, but he did hit the ground a couple of times. And, or let me put it this way, he had to go to the ground on his knees. So he can't be doing any of that anymore. Today he has the shakes really bad, but he's getting better. It's just another one of those. It's just going to take a while. We've got to go back and have more blood tests done to make sure that his blood is staying up. If not, well then we'll go from there. But anyhow, I just wanted to touch base with you and let you know how everything was going in our family. You don't know how much I appreciated all the messages. I have tried to go through most of them. I've still got a few to go through. You're so kind, and I appreciate it so much. It made me just want to get back on here. So anyhow, thank you so much for all my new subscribers. I love each and every one of you, and I'll see you later.